All right, Shalom. All right, Shalom. Giving our praises, our glory, our honors unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the 144,000, the rest of the hopeful elect out there. This is your brother, the priest, Zion from GMS Atlanta. Back with another edifying video. And more news that will lead up to the MOTB, the implant, and how things are definitely on that track. You know, we've been prophesying about the coming mark of the beast here at GMS for years now. And we are now seeing that begin to come to pass. You know, with the different situations, you know, the immigrant situation, the deportation, the T error attacks that have been happening throughout the years. All of those situations are reasons. You know, the global economy, the U.S. domestic economy failing, and the different systems going down, a volatile trade market. All of these things are reasons to eventually put a tracking transponder under the skin that will contain all your financial records, your medical records, you know, all your personal information about you, you know, banking and so forth. All these records will be contained in that implant. And another big issue that's been in the news over the years and recently is trafficking. You know, speaking about trafficking of young so-called black girls, different children, different foreigners. You know, the so-called black market. So they're pretty much getting ready to put in place a digital system that's really going to put an end to that. You know, it says here, disrupt human trafficking with border biometrics and digital IDs, says the Tony Blair Institute. Okay. And then you see, you know, you got the woman here where, you know, she's giving up her fingerprints, but the next step here is instead of fingerprinting, people are going to use the implants injected into their hands in order to perform these biometric scans. You know, it says here, human trafficking has become a business fueled by technology such as encrypted apps, online payment platforms, and dark web deals, which is pretty much slavery. You know, human trafficking, slavery. And the U.S. government, America, these different countries, Europe, they're all involved in that behind the scenes. Okay? I mean, they put it in your face in these movies. These things come out in the different news reports and the White House council meetings they do sometimes, where you see them in these news conferences and press conferences. You know, they talk about these issues. You hear about the missing people and, you know, the reports in these newspapers and on these local news stations. It's a big business. Okay? It says, now this underground industry, however, could also be disrupted by technology, including digital IDs, identity verification, behavioral biometrics, and AI analytics, according to the Tony Blair Institute for Global Change. And the reason why things such as digital IDs and other technology can disrupt it is because once again, we're talking about what is eventually going to be a microchip implant. This technology, the mark of the beast, the MOTB, once that is implanted under your skin, there won't be nowhere to hide from anybody. Not for these government agencies, no one. Okay, if you have these trackers on you, then they'll be able to find you. So all these kidnappings and mysterious disappearance, that's gonna go away, because you'll be able to be tracked by these satellites and these different technologies, giving off signals and so forth. But that's the point, they the elites want everybody identified. Okay, that's their goal to according to this guy Nick Rockefeller, which he told Aaron Russo when Aaron Russo had the interview with Alex Jones many years ago, and the full interview is on YouTube. I posted it to Apostle Hars in one of his videos, but I guess he didn't check it. But you can find it. You can find it on YouTube. You just gotta look for it. It's there. Somebody put it up, and I put a clip of it on my channel just in case for anyone else that wanted to see it. Just look up Aaron Russo, and you'll find it. But what was said to him was that the goal of the elites, which is the Illuminati, the wicked Satanists behind the scenes, which they're the people of Edom, or the descendants of Esau according to the Bible, their plan is to put a microchip in everybody and control them like slaves using AI and technology, while the Edomites kick back. The ruling elite Edomites, they're going to kick back and rule the earth as they see fit. But see, the key thing about this whole Illuminati thing and the whole plan is Yahweh Bashar Shai, who the world ignorantly calls God, and the Son Jesus Christ is going to put a stop to that. They think that they're going to use this technology to rule and identify everybody. Well, it ain't happening, Captain. It ain't going to happen. It says here now, leveraging digital identity, for instance, would make it harder for traffickers to exploit the UK's labor market. And this is coming out of the UK, but this once they introduce the mandatory micro chip around the world, it's going to be everywhere. It says it will make it harder for traffickers to exploit the UK's labor market and operate anonymously online, says the non-profit organization founded by the former British Prime Minister Tony Blair. So digital IDs is a key. Whether you have your IDs on your smartphone, which eventually, like I said, they're going to move to implants, because you can lose a smartphone. People lose things all the time. So to keep people from losing these smart devices, and these digital ID devices, they're going to put the technology inside your body. Okay? It says here, identity is a crucial counterweight to exploitation. A centrally stored digital ID could give victims a secure way to access support, replacing physical documents that are often taken away as a means of control. And your phone could be taken away if you have your digital ID tied to it. So, like I said, they're going to eventually put the technology, the implant will be under your skin. So, unless they're a surgeon, they're not going to be able to take your ID, your information away from you, because it'll be inside of your body. It says the Institute has become known for promoting digital IDs as a solution, and that's what they're going to push. They're going to push this digital ID, and then they're eventually going to push the microchip as a solution for all the problems in the world. But we know, according to Bible prophecy, that that's not the way to go. Okay, getting this implant, because that's going to lead to, once you take this implant and you put it in your skin, which you shouldn't do, according to the laws of the Bible, in the book of Leviticus, once you print the marks and implant and inject the microchip under your skin, then what you would do is you will pretty much be given this digital prison system, and Esau full control of you. And the Lord, the reason why he's having us here, GMS, warn you about it, because the same type of technological marvels that Esau is creating, and these solutions and these miracles that he's using this technology to do medically and so forth. That's the same thing that Yahweh Shai can do to save his people. So it says they see it as a solution for unchecked migration, boosting the economy, improving public services, and saving money. So that's what they're going to sell you on with this system. But eventually it's going to be to your detriment because it's going to lead to you getting the implant. Earlier this year, it also published an analysis on how identity and data exchange can help fight serious and organized crime, including human trafficking. And that's a big thing. That's slavery. Okay, so it says here, the government should also improve data exchange and interoperability of UK police systems. Currently, data sharing in the UK remains constrained by legacy infrastructure, unclear legal frameworks, and siloed systems. England and Wales are home to 43 police forces using a patchwork of incompatible systems. So they want to connect everything together. Right? It says here, to make all of this a reality, the Tony Blair Institute recommends creating a dedicated technology strategy. Technology, that's the key to Esau's New World agenda for fighting crime, led by the UK National Crime Agency. So basically, they're taking control of everything, the elites, to this system. The strategy will be funded by a new procurement agency and supported by a national SOC lab, bringing together experts from law enforcement, government, and academia. And you can see it's all tied to biometrics, border security. And like we said, it's going to eventually lead to go from fingerprinting and facial recognition and those type of biometrics to the implant. That's why it says in Revelation 13 and 16, they shall cause all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So it's eventually going to be that implant, and that's going to tie all your information together. You're going to be able to buy or sell without it. And like it says in Revelation 14:19, there's doom coming for those that take the chip. So, I'm doing these videos just to bring awareness to the system that's coming, this digital prison system that's forming around us. So when the implant does come, you'll know that, hey, they've been setting it up, and you know not to take it. So with that,